Herb. So it takes a mighty man to really back up his words with it all. There he is there. So. You're all good, mate. Just talking about you. Yeah, mate, yes.
More about what I had to say about the extension of the terms of reference of the Royal Commission into Child Sexual Abuse 2015, right? So I went and looked into that even further because I compiled a timeline history of systemic suppression of institutionalised pedophiles within the Australian government, right? And part of that research led me to look at what were the fucking terms of reference of the guess who sets them? Letters patent issued by the fucking Governor-General of the time. Who can remember who that was?
Oh,
I bet you can't, man. I couldn't fucking remember, to be honest, right?
I can't keep up with them.
Right, so Quinton Bryce.
Quinton Bryce, yeah.
Female
female up there, yeah.
And very specifically it says part of the terms of reference of that was government institutions, right? So at that point, I believe the Commissioner himself was out of line in rejecting Bill Heffernan's submission because he was submitting a list of police documents that proved, or at least alleged, and presented proof of pedophiles within the government institution, right? So they should not have rejected him tabling that at that point. So the Commissioner of the day was fucking out of line.
Yes. So I'm getting flag whipped here. He's trying to take me on.
And Bill Heffernan tried to force the Attorney General to override that, obviously, and look at it independently, at least from that legal perspective. And George Brandis is the only Attorney General since Ruddock that has not actually seen that list. He refused to even fucking look at it. He refused to look at it. I mean, when you listen to the 20-minute present record, which is also on the Hansard, I read the written Hansard record.
Yeah, I've got the written Hansard in the front seat of my car.
Man, it's worth reading.
Yeah, I know Hansard Hammer and Vicky Victoria's hand them out consistently. That's their front in the fight. Wherever they go, whoever they speak to, they get a Hansard.
Yeah, man.
So, and that's
get
brilliant.
the Hansard for the Budgets Estimate Committee 2015, which was the Senate Committee into legislative and judicial estimates. Yeah. That's the one that actually contains a written record of Bill Heffernan's speech where he tried to table the 28 names. Again, in front of George Brandis. And the motherfucker would not even look at it again, even in public. What's that one, brother? Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
20th of October 2015.
Yep. Thanks, awesome, thanks Hans and Vicky for keeping me up to date and updated with all the stuff. Bit of coffee stain, just disregard that, you know. But the corner of my mouth is clean.
This is watching that 20-minute video of this and reading this is well worth the time spent to get a real perspective and to see what Bill Heffernan himself went through as a man.
I might sit here tomorrow morning and read it, go paragraph by paragraph.
Yeah, but then I went back, obviously. So it was under the, what was the fucking lesbian's name?
What was the fucking lesbian's name?
Yeah. That individual was under her auspice that Quinton Bryce issued the letters patent and initiated the 2015.
Penny Wong, there you go.
No, it wasn't Penny Wong.
Wasn't Penny Wong?
It was the Prime Minister.
Yeah, she's one of
Julia Gillard.
Julia Gillard. The other secret society member, the member of the secret society.
Yeah. Australia's leading front for political front for the Clinton Foundation, basically. Yeah.
It's not funny, I'm not laughing.
I just, I'm blunt about shit. So.
I know.
But yeah, please, if there's any legal-minded people, please go and look at the legality of that, because I believe that
the reference, terms of reference.
Absolutely, because they're already there. It does not, there was no caveat on government institutions. There were some caveats included in the terms of reference, right, to limit how far they could go in certain inquiries, but it just said government institutions without a caveat. It didn't say not the judiciary, not the executive, blah, 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 government institutions, right? Because it was an inquiry into institutional responses, not just the church, mate.
Yep.
Not just, and they focused on the church because they got the most traction there, both in the public and the media. Right? So, I mean, I don't defend pedophiles anywhere, especially within the fucking church. But then the Roman Catholic Church is not the fucking church either, man.
No.
The church is the body of Jesus Christ, believers.
Hey, we can hang on every word you're
born,
saying, mate.
Born of God.
Blue Balls is listening.
Interference of an organisation or a system or a fucking tradition or anything to do with men. It's between the individual and the Almighty, right? Best way to keep it, mate. As soon as the third party gets involved. But that is actually true Bible salvation, right? Anyone who bothers to study that book will see that.
Yeah, well, to find God and Jesus in this time, I think you've got to get rid of all the shit and just talk to them themselves. Have faith of them and just come to terms with them.
Read the book and look at the personality, the spirit of Jesus Christ.
You don't go to...
He is the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Look at what he did. Who was he focused? What was his main focus in life? Right, he didn't worry about a lot of material shit. He did work with his hands until it was time for him to begin with his ministry. He was physically strong. He was a carpenter. He was proficient with his hands. He could always work for a living. But he negated a lot of his own personal needs because he believed establishing relationships with people and maintaining those relationships were primary in his ability to help people. And he could help people. He had answers, right? If nothing else, he had fucking answers. And he had a way out of the system. He had a way out of the system, man.
It runs right into the comments we were making on the way down here, what John Belch is saying about the answers in the good book. Reference, our minds don't have to meet, but we must with all our hearts and all our feet. But then how do the minds meet? Through Jesus Christ. He was he was example.
Exactly. He could touch every layer of society.
So
from the elites down to the poorest, down to the fucking lepers, down to the people that no one else would go near, man.
Yeah, we're not worthy, and we honestly can't see ourselves reaching the bar he set. But you know what? We're going to have a fucking crack. We're going to bloody have a crack.
Absolutely.
And in that mindset, any challenge, conversation, problem in that mindset, and just trying, well, what would Jesus do? I know it sounds corny, but what would Jesus do? In that mindset, to then react through that, our minds just might meet.
Yeah, through love.
Yeah, so that's our minds, our hearts, and our feet. We should be unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. God is with us, who can be against us, all that stuff. So relevant on everything that we're talking about. Once again, not part of that conversation, comes in off the side. Same topic, confirmation. That is confirmation.
How do they know?
Yeah.
Because of the spirit of truth, right? If we stand for the truth, if we stand for the truth, the spirit of truth will stand with us. It's his work in this world. Until he's gone, mate, he will stand with ever who is standing up for the truth with their heart and that's willing to engage with God, right? Have a relationship and be workers together with God, not be used and manipulated and pushed like the fucking devil does. But find the work of God and be workers together, man.
Not going all out to find reasons why not or trying to prove
him wrong. Exactly right.
Well, who the fuck are you to prove him wrong?
Mate,
and if you think you've found it can't be true because of this, well then go fifth dimensional, outside the box, outside the cube. If I was God, how would that work then? How would it work?
How do I do what I do? Simple as that. How did I recover myself from an absolute fucking wreck in 4 years to be standing here on the front lines? Right, 2015, an imperative came upon my core to actually get up off my ass and start to work to recover myself. Sorry, 2018, not 2015, 2018.
That's about where my healing started. That's when I marched through the front door of the RSL and said, help me, I'm angry.
I believe
don't want
that
to be
was
this
God
angry person.
quickening my spirit, man.
And
not just mine, but you too, right? 2018. A lot of men, even women I've spoken to, I spoke to a lot of people just walking around, man, since the 31st of January, right? And a lot of guys, a lot of people confided in me, strong men too, said, 2018, something in me just fucking shifted.
So I was already with God, I already have God in my mind, my heart.
But I was in the system. And
maybe I should have been better off just going directly to God, but I went through the RSL to get the professional help that people said I needed.
But you reached out, you took that step forward.
God was with me all the time.
Absolutely.
And so while they're telling you this stuff, he is helping you discern the truth from the shit. And, and helping you look inwards. The healing, we've obviously been on that similar journey. And then by 2020, not that you're healed, but you've
Were you ready for the fight?
You're ready for the fight.
Yeah.
And you're well aware of yourself. You've looked
Yeah.
within
You
yourself.
know how broken you are. You know where your broken points
You know where
are.
your ambitions are and where your capabilities lie, so you don't confuse the two.
And what your yeah, exactly. And what your real core motivating drive is, right? What your fucking moral imperative is, why you do what you do.
So I'm just checking the battery. No, yeah, no, sorry, I'm just to check the battery because we've been running late. Yeah.
Yeah, how honest I should be about
Well, that's
I'm willing to be honest, but I don't want people to use it against you.
yeah,